We did mention before that you have like other things in the works. So what did you learn from opening your first studio that will come in handy for number 2 and number 3?
Wow, so many things, but I think starting at from the very beginning is just finding a location. Um, I think after having this first studio, I'm looking and I have started construction on my second studio. Um, just knowing like what would work better when I was looking at places, just the layout of the studio, having a little more room for storage, things like that. Um, I think going back and forth with support, I did so much for this first studio and they were so helpful. So I think going into the second studio, I'm just going to be so much more prepared for the build out, things like that. Um, Also just hiring coaches, I think is just that process. I now know what works in my studio now. And so I want whoever's going to be at my next 2 studios to be able to completely mirror my coaches at my Beachwood studio because they're doing such a great job. I think I'll be able to sell founding memberships a little differently and better just now that I know what works for people, what people like to hear, and leading with those, how we're going to keep people safe in the studio, things like that. I think that's just going to make these next 2 studios so much more successful.